What's going on, everybody? How are y'all doing? I am back after a long break, guys. Hope everything is going well. A lot of things going on around the world. Oh, yeah. I am your host, and I'm back again with another one. So, as you can see, in the little picture I have up there, this is what everybody's talking about. But did you know, while you were distracted by the fake slap, what was going on? Too many things. Just to point something out, at the same time that everybody were fooled by Hollywood's trick to gain more quote unquote viewership, because nobody cares about Hollywood anymore. The Oscars, the ratings were so low, so they needed a boost of viewership. So they had to pull this little stunt, this little acting, and everybody's talking about it as if it's real. While they were trying to get the viewership, you know what was happening? The United States was sending over 9,000 troops to the borders of Ukraine. Oh, you didn't hear that, huh? You don't say. You know, for those who don't know, when the USSR collapsed, there were contracts signed that, all those quote unquote nations that came part of the old Russian Empire could not join NATO, right? And that the US could not be in the territories within the borders, right? So let us go back in time, right? For those of you who remember history, y'all remember the Cuban crisis, right? Cuba, if we look at the description, is approximately 50 miles away from US coast. So you remember when Russia wanted to, set borders in Cuba facing the US? You know what happened, right? Now, let's use that same logic with the US coming into Ukraine to be close border with Russia. What will Russia think? There you go. Now you start to think. But what do I know? That's politics. When it comes to all that stuff, I tell people, don't be distracted. It's all rhetoric, because at the end of the day, it's all the same Roman ego. Huh? The ego has two wings. Both wings work to support the ego. The ego represents the old God, our Father, Odin, Zeus. That's it. That's all there is to it. And this whole fake slap and distraction was all just to get you distracted for what's really coming. A famine is coming, if you didn't realize it. A famine is coming. Look at the trend, a worldwide pandemic, sickness, and stuff like that. People are quote unquote too sick to work. And what comes afterwards? Famine. Because if you have nobody to quote unquote plant, nobody to watch the herd, what are you gonna have? Shortage of food. When they're telling you, oh, everything is going up in price, inflation. It's not quote unquote organic, it's man-made. It was forced upon the masses. Gasoline is going up How can gasoline go up when you have millions of gallons reserved right here in U.S. soil? So if America has enough petroleum to feed itself for over 100 years, why would they quote unquote claim, oh, gas is going up high? Oh, you know, everything is, there's not enough supply. You know, these kind of what they call white lies, if you cannot even understand what time it is, how about the great lies that they've told you all these years? This is all destruction for what's coming. We've been saying this, not just myself. We've been telling the masses. I always say the time is coming where the only way people will listen to our voices is when they see what we've been telling them in their eyes before death. Because once you're dead, it's over. You can't come back. You can't repent. You can't change your mind because you're dead. Dead. DEA, dead. So, like I say, people still have, and here's another thing. People talk about, oh, you have faith in God. You believe in an invisible being. Who cares? Can you prove it? You know what's interesting? The same people who will mock me for having faith are trying to have faith that this whole madness, this nightmare will be over. But wait a minute. You're all about, actions, being active, being having tangible evidence. So why would you need to have faith that this whole thing, your freedom's going away, the pandemic, the lockdowns will pass over? I have hope things will go back to normal. But wait, I thought faith is for the dumb. I thought faith is for those who, quote unquote, don't care about facts. So how can you have faith that things will go back to normal when you don't believe? When you don't have faith in nothing? Isn't that ironic? To the faithless who are starting to have faith, who are hoping the system will, pull its card, pull its oppression, and return things back to normal before the nightmare everyone is facing right now. A lot of things are happening, but nobody's paying attention. Everybody's distracted. Everybody thinks, oh, things are coming back to normal. Nothing will ever go back to the way it was. Ever. It's done. All the hopes you had of luxury and all that stuff, it's gone. It's never going to happen. Hey, for us living in the States, right? That 401k, you can forget about it. If you have hope, especially those of us of our generation, right? For those of us who are still working, the old schoolers, they're eating their retirements now. Thankfully, they still have a chance, right? Because Babylon still is in existence. For us, right? If you're in your 30s, you can forget about it. That you might as well just take your money now because even come to think of it, 401k, I believe, is it's not mandatory. It's because whenever, let's say you have a job, right? They'll tell you, oh, do you wanna apply for 401k? So it's not mandatory. It's an option. So people who work like what do you call them? like handiwork, people who get paid cash and they don't have like a job, most of them don't have 401k. It's all those of us who are connected to the system, and we automatically set it up. Oh yeah, 401k. But I'm here to tell you, right? If you're gonna try to have faith that you're gonna get your retirement, if you're from 30s and under, I'm sorry. You need to stop preparing your tears. You're not gonna eat that money. Whoever is taking it now, they're gonna utilize it to prepare themselves. While you're hoping that, oh, maybe in 20 years right now, the people who are getting that money, they're profiting from it, from preparing a safe haven for them to escape what's coming. That Bible that everybody hates, that Bible that everybody mocks, say, oh, yeah, some things will change a few times. Yes. But, it's all fiction. It's all, fairy tales. Oh, that Bible is not looking so fake, isn't it? Huh? You have so-called atheists who don't believe in the Bible. You know who you are. You're up there in the clouds listening to me for mocking me, saying, in the Bible guy. Yeah, you in that Bible. You in that book, the white man's book. Blah, 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 blah. How do you like it now? Oh, it hasn't even started. It's about to get worse. People say, oh, you're not supposed to laugh at people's misery. You know what? I've seen misery. But for those who've mocked the Most High, guess what? I will be mocking you like Elijah was mocking the prophets of Baal when they were crying to him, no answer. They're crying to a dead God. I will mock the unfaithful. I will laugh at their miseries. You deserve what's coming. Oh, yes. You deserve it very well. The righteous will always face punishment because we know it's the reality of this world, right? Because when you're awake, you know that this world is evil, it's bad, that we can put our hopes in this world, the world of Lucifer, the world of Edom, that's about to fall anyway. All of it must fall. All of it must be destroyed. And to quote-unquote Christians, do you really believe in quote-unquote Jesus? Why would you pray to a kingdom that must fall? Do you want Christ to return and bring his kingdom? So why would you pray for your current kingdom? Say, please God, save our kingdom. I know your kingdom must come, but you know what? Please give my kingdom, my iPhone kingdom where I can enjoy my nice precious car. Give me a little bit of time. Don't bring your kingdom, stall a little bit, Jesus. Because if you come, my dream will be gone. I cannot get that precious car. I cannot get that nice house. Please, Jesus, stall a little bit. Postpone your coming, postpone Matthew 24. I don't want you to return yet. I haven't gone to Hawaii yet. I haven't taken a nice vacation, in the Fiji Islands. Please, Jesus. Please, God, stall a little bit. Please postpone your judgment upon Babylon, upon the nations that destroy the people that you've loved, that you've chosen. The Bantus, the people scattered, the people who don't know who they are, the people who don't know how to call your name. Yeah, those people. Please stall a little bit. Wait. No, it's too soon. Game over. It's over. Yeah. Continue to mock the Bible. Continue to mock the scriptures. Continue to mock the Most High Power, the creator of the universe. Yeah. Continue to mock because you still have some money. You can still go to the store. You don't grow any food. You don't have a herd. You buy from someone. You depend on someone. Yeah, you call yourself free. You don't own a farm. You don't own a land. You don't plant. You don't grow. You don't do nothing. And you think your paper, your quote-unquote invisible cash will sustain you when that day comes? You have, wow, what faith you have. What faith you have on paper. You know, hey, in that day, a farmer who has some veggies, guess what? That veggie will be worth more than all the dollars you will have in your pockets. Because guess what? That paper will be worthless. The guy owning a few potatoes, a few peanuts, you know, that peanut butter and jelly that you're neglecting, guess what? That guy who can create peanut butter jelly, guess what? He's going to be the richest man in town. He will have all the girls, you know. You want to get all the girls? Guess what? That guy who can grow a little bit of corn, a little bit of garlic, who can grow some eggplants, who can grow some tomatoes. Guess what? He be the select. He be the jawline. he be the, you know, the guy, the handsome man in town. Why? Because he got food. You have all the money in the world, all the cars, all the quote unquote weapons. But guess what? Nobody eats bullet. Nobody eats bullet. And some people have high hopes that their weapons are gonna work. No, it will get jammed. You play with the Most High? Oh, have you not read? You have all the weapons, but you take it to defend yourself. Guess what? Oh, jam. With all the trainings in the world, you can use your weapon. You know, that's what the Most High says. You know, you're gonna have mass. You say, "Oh, I need to prepare." The Most High says, "Who can prepare for the day of the Lord?" You don't think the Most High commands the spirit behind the gun? Do you know that your weapon, right, what you call the sword, has a spirit behind it? Why do you think the heathens have the concept of the God of war, the God of weaponry? You don't think the Most High can shut up the God of weaponry to not, what, fuel power to your weapon so it won't work? In all its might, in all its energy, what? Kinetic energy to make it fire a bullet. You don't think the Most High of all power can, what? Lock it? You guys are playing with the Most High. You don't know who he is. You the world has not known who the Most High is. He's been silent. He be watching, right? He let y'all do whatever you want. In your wickedness, in your killing of the innocent, in you casting spell to the dumb so they cannot see. Close their ears with your magic, with your sorceries. All these centuries. You know, he has allowed you and your bloodlines to add more, what? Punishment. Because he says what? The father, right, will pass down his what? Sins. And the children, the more wicked they are, the more they add to the bloodline's fate. Somebody has to pay in this world. Somebody has to pay. Just like somebody has to receive the blessings while on earth, somebody has to receive the curses. Nobody, not even myself, is ready for what's coming. But the difference between me And the world is, guess what? At least I have hope that I will receive my reward for standing for the Most High, while the rest of the world has denied him, has rejected him. Oh, you haven't seen nothing yet. Continue to mock the Most High. Continue to mock him. You will receive your punishment. You will receive your reward. Continue being distracted by the liars and deceiver of this world, who, till the final moment, they're keeping you standing still. They keep lying to you when everything around you is telling you it's over. See, people want something to happen immediately. No, everything is gradual. Just like a child who's born must what? Drink milk, crawl, takes a few steps, and what? Stand tall before he can run. It's the same way when a destruction is coming. It comes incrementally. It's not going to rush. It takes time. It takes time. It takes time. It takes time. It's coming. Let's see. Let me look at the chat. I see somebody was a J everything. He said, what about crypto? Crypto, just like everything else, it's all government. It's all government trying to give the people hope while they take away everything. Like I said earlier, the time is coming where a farmer is going to be he's going to be more rich than all your billionaires put together. Because a farmer will own land, he can grow crops, and he can feed thousands, even millions of people. A spinach is going to be worth more than a bar, like 10 bars of gold. A bag of peanuts could get you all the girls. I'm using that because this is what most men, I mean, come on, we live in the real world, Men know he must have things to give to a woman in order to get her, right? So I'm using that as an analogy to tell you what's coming. Guess what? The guy who's going to be, quote unquote, the millionaire with all the money in the world, he's not going to get the girl because guess what? Paper cannot feed the stomach. Your money's going to be worthless. Nobody's going to, guess what? Do you think that farmer, he's going to exchange his spinach for your worthless dollar? For your worthless crypto? No. He's going to be like, what do you got? Do you have rice? Do you have flour? Do you have wheat? Do you have potato? What you got? Let's trade. Yeah. But, like I say, they have to keep you blinded. Because I'll tell you this, the rest of the world, people make, they're laughing at the third world. People are suffering, especially back in Congo. As you think people, oh man, prices are going up, things are expensive. The third worlds have been suffering all these years. And when this pandemic came, they suffer even more. More people die of hunger than the quote unquote bug. That's what they want to tell you. Go in Brazil. More people in Brazil die of hunger because the government imposed these quote unquote lockdowns, closed people in their homes. People die of hunger. But the rest of the West, because of socialism, see, I gotta tell people, when the government feeds you, that's socialism, isn't it? What? Did you say something? Oh, we're not a socialist country. Socialism is bad. But who fed the millions of Americans who can go to work? Wasn't that socialism? If the government takes care of you? But I'm going to get out of there. Don't want to stay today. Again, let me show you that picture again. While the media, Hollywood, the wizards, the warlocks, the witches, the devils, the Satanists, while they had you distracted with this New Year ceremonies. I posted something on my community tab, a Babylonian celebration with this so-called slap heard around the world. A lot of things are happening that you have no idea. The Most High is judging the world. He's preparing to gather his scattered people back to their homeland. Religions have told you, they've lied to you, they've misplaced your attention to the Middle East. The Middle East is a dead place, a desert, nothing valuable over there. They've distracted you. But the place where they've demonized, they've told you it's, crap hole, Africa, dirty, dirty, dirty. That's where you should have had your eyesight on. The whole world is fighting for the promised land that people have neglected, called the Congo, Central Africa. That's where the promised land is. The land of riches. But the people cannot enjoy it. Why? Because they are invaded. They have they've put taskmasters, hey, that's a slip of the tongue, taskmasters who look like us, who look like the people of the land, but they're not for the people of the land. They work for their masters. They are being punished, led astray, deceived, killed. The genocide that has been happening over there for the last 20 years, the world has been silent about it. Interesting, right? That's why I'm telling people, don't be distracted with this Ukraine. Have you guys realized that every news in the world are supporting Ukraine? Oh, Ukraine, stand tall for the imperialist, Russia, the bad man, right? Let's give them weapons to defend themselves. Millions of people in the Congo have been murdered. And the world, even while the UN present, the world has said nothing. Women being violated, I don't want to say the word, the E, the R, the R, P-E, the ape, the R, ape, right? The word said nothing. The people who will speak about it will be silenced, poisoned, murdered. You will never hear about it. Showing you the hypocrisy of all the nations. But guess what? Their day is coming. They don't know what to do because the Most High is coming. Oh, the same Most High that you neglected, you said, oh, he doesn't exist. He's coming. And he has sent people to warn. Nobody believed. Now he's coming. He said, now you like that movie, now you see me, you shall see him. You will understand the wrath. You will understand the wrath to come. Hey, it's here. I'm just glad I'm on the right side. Trying to give people as much warning as I can. People are being sick and nobody can save them. The Most High is closing all the portals that these wizards and warlords had access. Your doctors won't be able to cure you no more. Those drugs they're giving you won't be working no more. It's over. They won't be able to save you. And guess what? You're going to be forced to call on the Creator that you rejected. But guess what? You will still not do it. And you will die. The powers of the nations shall be shaken. It says that in the Bible. The gods will lose their strength. They will be paralyzed by the scent, the energy, the coming. They're trembling right now. They're panicking. They're like, oh, wait, He's coming, right? All of us who grew up with a father, right? You know, when you're playing, making a mess, and then guess what? You hear the car coming, right? Or you hear his voice, or you, Dad is coming, and everybody's trying to clean up, huh? You guys know that, right? For those of you who had parents, you know that fear in your heart. Be like, hey, I don't want him to catch me where I'm at. Let me clean myself up, so I won't what get that whooping. You know that feeling, right? Now imagine the people, the fallen, those who've murdered his people, those who've done evil against the innocent, the murders of children, the massacre, the deception, the lying, the cheating, everything they've done, and they hear his voice coming. They hear the noise, the power of his might coming from afar. They hear his chariots coming. How do you think they're feeling? By them hearing his voice, they're like, our time is coming. Let us rush up. Let us accelerate. But guess what? Too late. And that's the hope we have. That we're here. We're here. Yeah. I'll tell you, for my personal life, everything is going great. The Most High is taking care of me. Shout out to brother and my teacher, Micaiah Massa. We are learning from him the secrets of the Levites. For thousands of years, the world has not known how to call on their creator, their father. And I'm learning in his teaching, in his class, how our ancestors call on the Most High, and he answered their prayer. How they call on the ancestors, the angels, the whole host of heaven. How to get into the presence of the Most High, clean, and request your needs. Request his power and receive the answer. All that knowledge, I'm learning about it right now. And it's amazing how religion has failed the world. They lied to us. They taught us nothing. Like taking this class, learning the knowledge of the Levite, brothers and sisters, we learned nothing. They taught us nothing in religion. This reminds me of the biblical passage where the Most High said what? He said, my people are calling on me, but they're not calling on me. They're calling on Baal. I see them trying to call on me, but their prayers are not coming to me. They're going to another being, and I can't answer their prayers. Only a few people were able to call on him, and that secret will die on them. Why? Because if the masses knew, they'll kill the prophets. For those of you who know the Bible, right? You know the story of Elijah. Elijah ran away from Jezebel because she was trying to kill him. And he was lamenting, crying to the Most High, praying, says, Father, I'm the only one left. They killed all of your prophets. Those who could call on your name. Those who had the knowledge of the Levites. Those who knew your ways. Those who had the keys to heaven. Those who knew how to knock on the door of your palace. And the Most High says, what? No. There are 5,000 more that I've saved. You're not alone. Now, check this out. 5,000 people who knew the Most High, plus Elijah, in the kingdom of millions of people. Only those the Most High connected with. Now, understand the magnitude of our people. There's billions of us all over the world in religion like Christianity, right? Baptist, Catholic, in Islam, Sunni, Shiite, Buddhism, all those religions, and all of us thinking we're calling on the Most High, and we are not. But only a few thousand, I don't know, maybe a few hundreds only have access to that knowledge. And it's a secret. Why? Because only they are connected to the Most High. The Most High, why? What does the scripture say? It says, many are called, few are chosen. I'm starting to, me taking this class of the knowledge of the Levites, the knowledge of the 4 elements, earth, wind, fire, and water. I'm starting to understand that passage. A lot of the people are called, but the Most High only chooses a few. Why? Because only a few know how to connect to Him truly. They are chosen to receive this knowledge. And, I'll talk to Master about it too. Brothers and sisters, listening, those who are my subscribers. And I tell you, you will not find many people in this channel listening. I really know that. Nobody wants to hear. People only want to hear the lies, the deception. The brother has the knowledge of the ancestors, what our fathers knew, right? Who died. Some of them were murdered. He showed the people, he said, look, this is the knowledge. Come take the class. Yes, you got to pay for it. It's just, protocols. But the knowledge you receive will help you and your whole family. It's the knowledge you've been seeking for. It's the knowledge that the whole world is seeking to know. Here, come, participate. Do you want to know how many people showed up? Less than 30. Less than 30 people sign up to learn the secrets of the Levites, the secret that has been lost. How to come in the presence of, I'm using the word God, and communicate your supplications to Him. Truly, not like how religion has taught us. And only less than 30 people showed up, signed up. What does that tell me? What does that tell to those who will see it? It's showing you that people don't care. They never care, and they will never care about the Most High. They don't care. They don't care. And that's why in the Bible, Isaiah, the word called Jesus, he said what? He said, don't cast your pearls upon swine, lest they tremble under feet. Pigs don't care about jewelry. Like if you wear nice clothes and you throw away where pigs are, guess what they do? They're not gonna try to pretend, oh, it's a nice clothes. Make sure you don't let mud and no, they don't care. They stamp on it because it's not valuable to them. It's making much sense. I'm like, I'm using myself. Master say, look, this is the knowledge of the ancestors that we lost. If you learn this, you will learn to be in the presence of the Most High, the creator of everything we see. And you'll be able to work with the angels in heaven, the 7th heaven, all of them. The angels over fire, the angels over the wind, the angels over the forest, the angels over the waters, right? This is why people seek power, right? You hear people say what? Power runs everything, But guess what? They're given. They say this is the way to get the power you seek. And nobody wants to go. Like, I don't understand the mindset. But you know what? I understand. It's just that, logically speaking, that's why I said the world is full of lies. See, the people, they don't want absolute power. You want to know why they don't want absolute power? Because with absolute power comes absolute responsibility. The power of the Most High, you have to work. And people don't want to work. And that's why they will never accept the power of the Most High. I understand why a lot of people, they sign up to the class. Because me and the brother, the prophet, I'll be like, in my logic, if this is the knowledge that the people lost, right? They want to regain it. Why nobody signs up for it? You see, man, this is the reality. Nobody cares about the Most High. Because guess what? With the Most High, you have to suffer. You have to suffer. You have to give up everything. But nobody wants to give up the world. Nobody. Guess what? Do you think people would choose to have a channel where they will speak the truth and nobody will listen to them? No. People have to choose a channel where you fight, you create arguments, lying, talk about nothing, and people watching you. Nobody's gonna give. Yes, it's the way it is. But guess what? If you are chosen, you have no choice but to do it because you are chosen. The fire in you will not allow you to be slacking. The power to heal with water. Huh? This water, only water, and it's not witchcraft. You can cure anybody with water. But you have to use the Bible, as a reference. Because, a lot of people don't. Like with water, the brother has shown the world how to cure with water, how to cure sicknesses. And nobody, only a few, are utilizing that knowledge. How evil the people have to be. And not only that, especially our people. How evil you have to be. It's the same mentality some of the evil people amongst us had the knowledge of the Most High. But because they were wicked and evil, they buried it. They chose to practice the evil knowledge. Because the evil knowledge was much, much more worthy for them, or much more better. It had more pleasure. Because why should I help it to people? Why should I heal them? No, let them pay, let them die. That's the reality. Nobody wants the knowledge. And his class has shown it. I'm sitting in class learning for over 2 hours, learning the knowledge lost. And he warned us. He said, what you're receiving today, it's not for the swine. You can't give it to everybody. Because a lot of people, what they do is they take this knowledge, they won't even care to practice it, and they will just die with it. And that's the sad part about the reality of the world. They will prefer to practice witchcraft, right? Now, I'm about to get deeper. Shout out to those of you listening. You're listening to jewelry right now because, like I say, nobody cares. But thank you for being here and listening to the word of wisdom. Listen to this. Lucifer, the fallen one, right? He can create nothing. All he does is he steals things from us, the chosen people, and he mimics it and twists it. Now, I'm going to give you an example. You've heard of sex magic, right? If you don't know, you can Google it. Sex magic is basically a ritualistic or a sexual seance, right? Which is a ceremony that involves sexual acts in order to invoke fallen spirits or demons within your body in order to give you knowledge, inspiration, power, fame, whatever. Right? That is an example I'm giving you. So, use any imaginable sexual act that's out there will be performed in honor of those deities, those fallen angels, or gods, as people will call them, and then use that energy, and the gods, after sucking on the energy, will reward those who participate in the ceremony certain gifts or power. That's the perverted version of who you call the fallen, Lucifer, the devil, Samael, Jehovah, fake deity, right? He has no power. Now, when it comes to the Most High, we don't need to do such thing. Our rituals revolve around the four elements of the earth: water, fire, earth, wind. We don't need to do all that. We don't need to. That's the difference. Just to show you. Now, you understand the example I gave you. Now, let me bring you to the choices that people. Okay, you have a choice where, oh, you only need to use the four elements in order for you what? To receive power from heaven. Or you have a choice to perform sexual acts and receive power. Which one do you think the world will choose? Which one do you think the world has chosen to perform in order to receive, I'll call it low-level power? Get a light candle instead of receiving a whole volcano fire, huh? A whole forest fire. They're receiving just a little candle. Huh? Which one that the world has chosen? There you go. You got it. Now imagine everything else that is pure and righteous that people should do, but people have rejected it and chose the wicked one. Why? Because Satan's rituals are pleasurable. It satisfies the flesh. And that's why people prefer that one instead of the Most High's rituals. Because the Most High's rituals are very simple. Yeah, it requires a lot of work, but it doesn't require you doing all that crazy wild things, dirty, to soil yourself. No, it doesn't require that. And that's why the fallen ones, they prefer that one. They prefer that one. It doesn't make, it won't make any sense, but that it goes to show you that this is what the world prefers. And that's why I'm telling you that why, when I realized the amount of people were participating in that class, I had hopes we would have like 200, 300, even 1,000 people participating in the knowledge of the Levites that has been lost, that has been kept secret, that must be shown to the called, but the world has rejected it. Nobody cares about this knowledge. Nobody. It's amazing. It's amazing. But I am thankful to the Most High that He led me to Him, and I'm learning it, I'm practicing it, and I know things will change in my life. But guess what? I know the responsibility that comes with this knowledge. It's not going to be a free ride, as people will assume. No. With great power comes great responsibility. I must work for the Most High's people. Help them, heal them, lead them to repentance. And it's not easy, because in a world that hates the Most High, you're going to be in trouble trying to tell people to leave their ways of pleasure, their ways of wickedness, and follow a righteous path. No, they'll fight you. They'll even kill you to keep their ways. Even though their ways is making them sick, even though their ways is leading them to die quick, they will fight you to keep their ways. Yet, at the same time, are seeking healing and deliverance. That's the reality of the world, people. Man, Till today, I'll be like, Brother Massa, why not a lot of people have subscribed to the class? He's like, hey, nobody wants this knowledge. Nobody. And that's why if you know this, you're not supposed to tell everyone. See, like I say, in Freemasonry and all the quote unquote secret society, they know this, but see, what they're keeping secret is the evil knowledge. They do it in the reverse. The righteous, they have the knowledge, but the reason why they keep it a secret, why? Because the world don't want to receive it. Now, on Satan's side, the world wants to receive that knowledge. The world wants to, take part of that knowledge because it's pleasurable. But see, the dark side, the Masons and all them, the Skull and Bone, all those quote unquote sororities people, right? The gangs, they keep that knowledge to themselves. So the world has rejected the Most High, who will freely give them the knowledge so they can help the people, but they don't want that because that knowledge requires work. So by them refusing it, the Most High is like, okay, I'll keep it a secret, I'll give it to my chosen. The world goes to the Father One for knowledge, and he keeps it from them. Because he used that knowledge to make them suffer. And they love him anyway. Just like an abusee, when abused, love the abuser. That relationship. It's the same thing the world has with whom the world calls Lucifer, the fallen one. That's it. That's the reality of this world. And that's why they can distract you with this. So my listeners, everybody wherever you are, when you hear this message, I will say congratulations for you finding this little rant and listening to it all the way to the end. Because I know most people will not hear because they don't care. It's not for them anyway. But for you who will find this, I want to say congratulations that the Most High Creator has led you to my live stream so you can pay attention to what I'm telling you. And then one day when those things come, you will remember, you'll be like, oh yeah, I listened to that live stream, the brother was screaming and yelling. There was only a few people listening. He said this. Man, where can I find him? And you won't be able to find me because I'll be long gone. And in those days, there won't be no internet no more. It will be gone. The knowledge will disappear. Just like people are keeping things in the cloud, all things in the cloud will disappear. It's coming. It will happen one day. Maybe not now, maybe not in 5 years or 10 years, but it will happen. You just have to be patient. Just have to be patient. Again, the fallen one is lying to the world. He's leading them astray. He's keeping them still. Wow, the Most High's noise, the Most High's energy is coming. His church are coming. And the leaders of this world, they know. Look at the world. Look around you. And you can see what time it is. It's judgment time. Isaiah 60. Jeremiah 50. Babylon is fallen, is fallen. The proud who said, I see the queen. Who can bring me down to the ground? Look at my dress. Look at all my glory. All nations bow down to me. I feed off of the world. Look at all the pleasures. Look at my musicians. Look at all the spell. Oh, look at all my visions. My Medea, leading the world astray, making the world drunk, giving my bodies to the world to feed off. I am a prostitute. I lay with anyone. Who can touch me? I'm dressed in all precious things, all shiny things. Who can touch me? All things bow before me. I'm rich. I am powerful. I have the sword. Who can fight me? The Most High. I can go up to heaven. I can get close to him. Who can touch me? Read the book of Obadiah. Though thou exalted thyself as the eagle, though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, from thence shall I bring you down to the ground. The eagle has flown way above his limit. So the Most High must bring the eagle down to the ground. The Bible you hate, it's gonna happen. I'm sorry. As he said, so must be. The eagle will come down. Sooner or later. Sooner or later. I know it sounds bad. You may hate for it. The eagle must fall down. Why? So the Most High's people can wake up. So the Most High people can stop putting their faith in Babylon, in Egypt. Just like the ancestors say, why are we in the desert? Let's go back in Egypt. You know what? Even though in our slavery, in our servitude, we had things better. We had our TV. We had our jobs. Even though they were whipping our butts, they were stomping on our heads. At least I could go back home with a few money to buy some food and enjoy some movies. Let me go back. Please. I hate it. I don't want to work for myself. I want to work for Babylon. I want to work for the prostitute. I want to work for the queen who abused me, who oppresses me, who calls me less than human. I want her to survive. I want her wounds to heal. What does the scripture say? It says, they wish for her wounds to be healed, but they cannot be healed. The prophets, they saw everything. Nobody believed them in their time. The prophets, they saw our time, but nobody could believe them. And we're telling to the world, it's over. But there's still things must go on as before. I'll repeat again. Listen to me. The world you knew before 2020 is over. Fini. Terminé. Terminated. Like in French, when the movie ends, in French they say fin. The world, again, I'll repeat, the world that you knew before 2020, according to the Gregorian calendar, is over. It's over. It's over. It will never, ever, 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 never, ever, ever, ever go back. It will never go back. It's over. Get used to it. And it will get worse. And worse. And worse. And worse. And worse. And worse. And worse. It's finished. So, what will you do? Huh? What will you do? Now that you know it's over. It will never go back. It's over. Give it a few moments to process in your brain. The world will never go back to the way it was before. It's finished. It's over. But, like I say, they have to keep you distracted. They have to keep you standing still. They have to keep you here. Why? Because even in this chaos, Lucifer requires blood. He requires sacrifice. You will be the scapegoat if you do not wake up and prepare to escape judgment that's coming here. You must repent, because guess what? If you leave with that mentality you have, it doesn't matter where around the world you're going to go. Guess what? You will perish. You must repent, change, renew your mind, reject all the programming you receive, and be born again and receive the knowledge of the Most High that you hated. You know, that you say, oh, the Bible. Who cares? That quote unquote God that you're rejecting, guess what? He's heating your pocket, isn't he? Huh? You can have that luxury life you so wanted, that you had in 2020. Things are looking a little dim, isn't it? Huh? You're shaking a little bit, huh? Oh, money not flowing like before? Bad luck? Yeah. It's the Most High. It's the Bible. It's hitting you. Yeah. Why do you think one of the plagues is famine? You know the greatest weapon of warfare? It's not the gun. It's hunger. It's famine. That stomach, guess what? Everybody becomes dumb when they're hungry. You become an animal. All you'll be able to think about is what I eat. Eat. You will kill your neighbor. You will kill your loved ones just to eat when you're hungry. You haven't had hunger yet. And worst of all, they put what? What's the ingredient? They put stimulants, right? So that if you eat food, it makes you wanting to eat. Like wanting to eat. Like I forgot the word was in my tongue. What's the word? Basically, the food in the West, they put things in the food where it will make you want it. Like fast food, some chemical reaction. They have it in there where if you eat it, you want more of it. It's like you can't let it go. Now imagine if you're hungry, really, really hungry, and there's no food. And that chemical is in your stomach. It's in your bloodstream. Hungry, I gotta eat. You haven't had hunger. You never faced hunger in your life. Never. But it's coming. You shall see. You shall see. A lot of people are not, they're going hungry these days. See, when you eat food that lack nutrients, that's already a famine in itself. A donut, what does a donut have? Fake sugar? Huh? Chips, what does chips have? Fake salt? Chemical salt? It's not sea salt? All fake stuff. You're not eating real food that's grown on real soil. Huh? You're not eating real meat that has been grass-fed with real veggies on chemicalized grass. Not fake grass, because remember, they say, oh, grass fed, but here's the thing. How is that grass planted? Huh? What? You don't think that grass is GMO too? Huh? Fake grass with cows that are eating, you know, fake grass fed. What's the difference? So everything is set up to lead you to that famine. Everything is set up. I'll tell you, I went back to my country, a quote unquote third world country. I ate vegetables. The taste of the vegetables. I haven't tasted vegetables like that in years. I don't eat vegetables in America. They're nasty. They taste bad. The only vegetables that I tolerate is salad. To salad. Right? But vegetables like spinach, they don't taste good. Why? Because they're fake. I ate real meat back home. Real cow meat. The smell, the taste, everything different. But it's a third world country. Like Mr. Trump called, President Donald Trump called it, shithole. Hey, a shithole that at least have real food that grows on natural ground. No chemicals. They have prepared everything for this time. Not for the good, for the worse. At the Most High said, he says, the nations have kept my land desolate. They've kept it a wilderness. That's why Africa can develop. They had to keep it that way. But you know what? It's bad, yes. But in it that way. Because guess what? He has to keep Africa despised to keep the worst, to keep his enemies out. Because guess what? If you hate Africa, you call it dirty, shithole, guess what? You're not going to move there. And guess what? That's the place he's chosen to gather his people, Zephaniah. From beyond the rivers of Cush, Cachopa, I will, to disperse even the daughters. Will get from there. They will give my offering. He didn't say Palestine. Everybody, even, shout out to my Hebrew Israel brothers. They have you looking at Palestine, Jordan. That's not the place. From beyond the rivers of Cush. Where's that? Congo, Central Africa. That's where he will gather his people. That's why they have to keep that place in chaos, in war, in genocide. They have to keep it trouble. Why? To keep you out. To be, oh my God, I don't want to go there. I don't want to die. But guess what? It has to be this way. Because that's the place, the Most High say in the Bible, in a book that you hate to read, that's the same place he will gather his people that have been sold to the four corners of the earth. Where did the ships come from that had slaves? Zanzibar, Central Africa, Congo coast, what they call West Africa, taken to the Caribbean, North America, South America, Europe, even to the Pacific Ocean. On the other side, Zanzibar side, the East Africa side, taken to India, Palestine, Iran, Saudi Arabia, China, the Philippines, Indonesia, all over the earth. The same place that's called crack. The Most High had to keep it that way so that he will gather the chosen who will return to build it up. That's why Africa is so undeveloped on purpose. But in the greater plan, the Most High wants it that way. He said, so my name will be glorified. So we won't be like the nation, be like, in my own strength. Look what we build. They build a city in blood. They develop it in blood, in the killing of the innocents, the enslavement of a people. They had to do it that way because they are not of the Creator. They don't have his bloodline. There are many bloodlines on the earth, people. Not everybody is mankind. Some people are not people. You have to remember that. Don't forget. They teach you in their science. They tell you what? Oh, we came from the waters. Huh? Listen. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, listen to what I'm telling you. We all took science, right? We all took biology. What did I tell you? How did I tell you mankind came to give? What did I say? Some slimy thing came from where? The waters. Evolution, right? Yeah, I've made a video telling about the deception of evolution. But guess what? There is some truth in it. But it's not what you think. I'm just going to leave it at that. Understand? They told you. The people who gave you that knowledge, right? Because they deceive everybody. They lie to everybody. It doesn't matter the skin of your color. They lie to everybody. But the people who are responsible for that lie, guess what? They told you some truth of who they are, where they came from. Huh? Even in their religions, huh? They tell you. They give you a little bit, but you have to be within. You have to be up above in a leadership position to find out a little bit of truth in their lives. So, for those of us who know what's happening, we calm. Yeah, we're suffering. But guess what? We see the end of the rainbow. It's going to be pleasurable for those of us who stand on the Most High that the world hates. In my culture, we call him Zambi. Tatan Zambi. He's the creator of all. And he's preparing to gather his people to return, to build his kingdom, to build a safe haven that the same people who hated his people, they will come at the door begging for mercy, begging for bread, begging for a little bit of mango, right? Begging a little bit for vegetables to eat. The same people they have oppressed, the same people they have stomped, the same people they have murdered, genocide, they will come begging. That's why, see, like I said, to Israel, they'll be, oh, get on your feet, kiss our feet. No. You have to understand, African language. We speak in Proverbs. When it says, they shall, bow and kiss the dust of your feet, it's a figure of speech. It's an African proverb to show you that, the Bible is African culture. It's telling you that they're going to be so humble. They will beg, because what do you do when you beg? You're on your knees, right? Being on your knee is a sign of submission. We're on our knees right now as a people, right? We can't do nothing without the nations that hate us, because it's their turn to rule. But guess what? When the roles are reversed, like Simon Kimbangu, a prophet from Congo, said white will turn black, black will turn white. It was, see, when someone will hear, they'll be like, what? He was basically says, it's their turn to colonize us and rule over us. But the time is coming where the roles will be reversed. African ways of telling you things. So when it says, the people who oppress you, they shall come and worship at your feet. They will kiss off the dust of your feet. It's saying they will be so humble that they will beg for mercy. And you know what? Because it's our nature to be nice, they don't receive mercy. But it's gonna be, it's gonna be interesting. Read the Bible. Isaiah 60, 62, 65, 66. Read those books. Isaiah 50. Not Isaiah 50. Jeremiah 50. Read the Bible. Take some time. There's a lot of knowledge in there. Lot of knowledge. And like I say, nobody cares for the truth. Nobody wants to know how to talk to their creator. They all have excuses. They don't. You know why? Because in order for you to be in the presence of the Most High, you have to be holy, and people don't want to be holy, and that's why people, and not a lot of people will listen to us. They'll not listen to this message because guess what? They don't care. They don't care. People who prefer to talk about nonsense, things that are about to be destroyed anyway. Everything you have, it's about to be gone. The precious car you have will be useless in those times. Your car cannot feed your family. Your tire cannot give you baby milk. Those days are coming, and it's here. You getting what? The scratch of the surface. The real thing is coming. And what will you do? Are you prepared? No, you're not. You know, there's a passage in the Bible that says, before the flood came, right? Before water came and swallowed the whole planet, you know, people were still doing. They were partying, marrying. Oh, man, that guy is, Noah, that drunkard. Oh, he don't know what he's talking about. He's drunk. Hey, guys, the Most High, he's going to flood the world. Listen to me. I've seen the vision. I can't sleep. Please, change. Stop doing what you're doing. Get out of here, Noah. You're drunk. Go back to your boat. Keep building that boat in the middle of nowhere. Guys, please, listen to me. I'm not crazy. Yeah, I may drink a little bit of wine, but I know what I've saw. I'm seeing it every day. Please, we must repent. We must change. A flood is coming. Please help me build this. Get out of here. Even his own children, they didn't believe him. His own wife and children and their families, they didn't care about him. Noah was the only one who saw what was coming, and he was trying to do something about it. He tried to warn the world. Guess how long? Watch this, guys. The Bible says Noah was telling people for over what? It tells you, it says 120 years when he gave him the vision to build the boat, right? But it says what? He was in the book of Joshua, I believe. Joshua, the book of Jubilee. It says for over 500 years, he was basically preaching to people to repent. Tell me what love someone will have for over 500 years warning people to change. I don't have that kind of patience. I'm not going to spend 500 years telling you people to change, to prepare. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm being honest right now. I'm not going to spend 500 years like Noah to warn people. To me, I would should probably be like, you know what, Mosai? Bring it. They don't want to listen? Save me only. Save me. I will have more children. I will bring another bloodline. Save me and get rid of them. That's what I'll do. But you know what? Noah was so nice. Mr. Nice Guy. Huh? He pleaded for the people. He had mercy for them. You know what they did in the 500 years? They treated him like swine. He was nothing to them. He was dirt. He was crap. But guess what? You and I, and those of you listening, we are alive here today. Why? Because of Noah. If he didn't choose the path, we wouldn't be born today. But we're here today. Why? Because through his bloodline, he was able to save us all. Hey, reality still hasn't hit a lot of y'all yet, but it will. Real soon. Just wait. For those who are still unbelievers, still doubting the power of the Creator, still mocking the Bible, you shall see. Guess what? All the gods of the religions are fallen. They have no powers no more. Now the Most High is in control. Now Tatan Zambi has in control of everything. And he's now commanding his angels to take care of things. Yep. Walk away from all these religions. I'm telling you. Those gods cannot help you no more. That's why you're seeing all these pastors. Like, look, they shut down all religion assemblies were shut down last year, especially churches. No Christian, like, where were Christians? Why didn't Christians stand up if they claim to follow the Creator? All over the planet, they shut down churches. And where are the warriors of the Most High? You know why there was no warriors? Because they were never of the Most High anyway. Because if they did, they would have stood their ground and be more outspoken about closing down the churches than ever before. But what happened? Silence. Silence. I've said enough. I've said more than what I was hoping for. I'm on the road, driving, still at work, trucking as always. Something in my spirit was like, you know what? It's been a while since I've spoken to y'all, made a live stream, gave some, information, let people know what's going on. A lot of things are happening in the world, but they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you. Keep your eyes on Congo, as Americans call it. There's a lot of things that are happening. There, people have reached a tipping point. Something is about to happen that will shake the whole planet. You will hear of it very soon. So they have to keep you distracted. They're trying their best to keep you from being aware of what's about to happen. Prepare yourself. Stop being distracted. I don't even watch TV no more. I'm not even paying attention to movies and all that. All I'm seeking is what? Knowledge, information on what to do next. That's what should be everyone focused listening to me right now. Get knowledge, find out what must be done, and prepare. Prepare. I can't say things online because remember, do not give pearls to swine because people don't care about this kind of knowledge. It's not for them. Just prepare. Change your ways. If you are doing bad, start changing, man. None of us are perfect. We all have to change every day. We do bad things waking up. Before we go down, we must ask for forgiveness. It's coming. People say they want knowledge. They don't really want it. But if you want it, seek for it. You'll find it. Ask and you shall find. Brothers out there and sisters, we have a lot of warriors of the Most High trying to heed to the people. Tell the people. But you see their channel, 20, 50, 100, even lucky, 200, telling people what they must do to prepare. But guess what? The channels, the people who are telling people nothing, that will not prepare them for what's coming, that's not teaching them about the famine that's coming, nothing. They'll get millions, thousands, 50,000, 20,000, talking about things that won't matter. Look, I'm telling you, for someone who faces hunger, when you're hungry, nobody cares about who cheated on who. When you're hungry, nobody cares who's going to vote Democrat or Republican. When you're hungry, nobody cares about anything that's going on in media. All you're going to care in that moment is what can I do to eat for myself and feed my family, even if I have to kill, steal. That's what's going to happen when you're hungry. It's not that hungry you feel, oh, I'm hungry, let me go buy some burger. No. When there is nothing, when you have nothing and you're hungry, what are you going to do? That's the hunger I'm talking about. Are you ready for that hunger? Because it's coming. Don't believe it? Go right ahead. Live your life as thou will. And then you will remember my words when that day comes. You will remember. When you're really hungry, you may want to eat your hands then, because your hands will be useless anyway because you're going to commit murder. So, hey, be prepared. I always hear people say, oh, that will never happen here. That will never happen. Mankind is so forgetful. Look back in the history. Look back in time. Look back and tell me if your words of it will never happen here, if that word stands. What do they say? Never say never. Yeah, it's coming. Shout out to those of you out there listening. I appreciate it coming to listen to my stream. I'm speaking to the wind. Let those who will hear it, let them take heed. Take heed. Oh, let me check the chat. I've been speaking my mind without even looking. Let's see. Shout out to everybody in the building. I see Deacon Dave. Hey, welcome. Tyrone Church. Hey, peace, bro. Glad to see y'all. Glad to see y'all. Hey, I hope everybody is doing well. I know the world is crazy right now. It's crazy. Don't be distracted by this incident. I know a lot of people were talking about it, but it's all distraction. The real conversation, if any, which I know won't get any views if someone were to try it, what to do to prepare for what will happen if there's no food in the stores no more, if trucks are not delivering. What would you do? Because it's coming. It's already happening. A lot of families are going hungry. 1 in 7 American children are not eating. And when we say eating healthy, like eating good. Chips is not food. Cookies is not food. Donuts is not food. Spaghetti is not food. Talk about eating well. 1 in 7 American children in this country. Why? Because families cannot afford no more. Yet, billions of dollars goes into gun manufacturing, sending money to foreign nations for, government contracts, deals, corruption, blood money. Huh? Listen to this. There should be you cannot be poor in one of the richest nations in the world. How is this possible? How? As anyone, who's truly, from the United States, have you ever wondered how is it possible for someone to go hungry when you have everything? How is this possible? Listen to this. Tons, 2/3 of food in America goes into the trash, people. Listen to this. 2/3 of goods, and when I say goods, food, tons and tons of food are thrown away in the United States of America, all 50 states combined. 2/3 of food are spoiled. Are you listening? Why? Why? Why 2/3 of food are thrown into the trash? Has anyone even thought about it? Like, come on, sit and think logically. Nobody should go hungry in America. Nobody. Why? Because 2/3 of food are thrown into the trash, people. Wow. Wow. What evil is that? People going hungry, all over the world. Just look at our neighbor next door, Mexico. Millions of people going hungry. They can afford to eat, living in cities and all that stuff, right? Hey, can't you get maybe 10% of that spoiled food that you're about to throw away and send it to Mexico? Huh? Families, what they call underprivileged families in America. Why not take some of that 2/3 of food that's thrown away? Why don't you give it to them? No, we cannot give it to them. Insurance policy. Huh? Guys, do you guys know? I'm sure some of you who are listening, you worked in a restaurant. Huh? According to certain governmental regulations, food like meat and stuff like that, right? After cooking it, guess what? You cannot keep it. You have to throw it away. Now watch this. So let's say you open your restaurant, right? And you're selling beef, chicken, and whatever, right? Before you close down your store, whatever you have left that you have not sold, you have to throw it away. Now watch this. You be like, this is a lot of food, and you go, let's say people, let's say either some customers who are hungry or homeless people, or maybe you want to take it home to your family. Huh? It's forbidden. And if you're caught, you could lose your job. Huh? You could lose your job for doing that. Now, think about it. Think about what I just told you. You are not allowed to give food that you're about to throw away, instead of it being wasted, give it to someone who's gonna eat it. Give it to him for free because the insurance is covering that loss anyway, according to the system. No, because insurance covers it, you have to throw it away. What? And you wonder why judgment must come. What evil genius came up with this scheme, this system? Huh? Look out, just for places like New York, Los Angeles, all those fancy cities, Miami. Just picture in your head, right? The most luxurious restaurants where all the big guys, the big money makers, go eat like a plate of $200 chicken wing, $2,000 wine, and stuff like that, right? And the food they cook to feed those rich people, at the end of the day, the food is good. It's not spoiled. There's no poison or nothing. It's just extra food that's left over that was cooked, being thrown into the trash, and there's a homeless man in the street begging for food. He said, please give me anything so I can buy some food. Being thrown away where they could at least have a table in the restaurant reserved to give food for free as charity. No, they will not do that. Now tell me, a person who's gonna do such thing, is that person from the Most High of the Bible? Is that person a believer of the Bible? Come on, think about it. Is that person righteous in his thinking? To throw away food while millions of orphans, widows are going hungry. Nobody gives a crap about them. Not even governments. Yet, you will have the heart to throw foods away like that, where you and your fellow restaurant workers all over 50 states of the United States throw 2/3 of food away and not give it to the hungry, to the homeless, to the widows, to the orphans, and you don't expect judgment to come? It's amazing, man. Amazing, this world that we live in. Such evil, such wickedness. Yet they will give you this as entertainment. This is what the world wants. This is what the world wants. Hollywood production. This is what the world wants. They don't understand. It's over. End game. It's over. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. The world will never go back to the way it was before. Everything has changed, and it must change. It was written already. It's written. And so much hypocrisy. Guys, if you have time, for those of you who are subscribed to my channel, start checking out my community tab, because I realize on my community tab, I can say a lot of things that I can post a lot of things that I cannot say in a video format like this, because YouTube is gonna censor it or flag it. But start checking my community tab, because I'll be posting a lot of, people say you post a lot of crazy stuff, but those are the things where you will never hear in the mainstream news. You'll never hear in the mainstream news. There are some things that are happening in the world. You must start paying attention. Stop getting distracted. If anybody ever learned from what happened, they deprive you of your entertainment. They close down all you quote unquote movies. If I were you, when they restore everything back, I will not. Guess what? You close down the theaters. Guess what? Even if you open, we will never go back. Let all of it collapse. Let it all be destroyed, go down to waste. But guess what people did? They start going back. They just forgot that they took away your freedom totally, and they gave it back to you. So what does that tell you? If they can give it to you, they can also take it away. Yet you will boast your chest, say, I have freedom. They can take it away in an instant. And they showed it to you. They showed it to you. They can take it away. And they can give it back to you as they please. Because what? Because in unison, all of you gave it up. So they know they can make, even if a few say, I'll stand for my right. Guess what? The majority rule. the many rules the few. But in the grand scheme, the few rules the many because the many is dumb. What a twist. You know, what a twist. What a twist. Oh, man. Shout out to everybody who's here. I really appreciate your support. I hope you're taking my message to heart. I say a lot of many things. And let's see. Since I have people listening, I got 4 people watching. Let me throw the link in the chat if you want to come on, say something. You know, if you have a few words, because I know it's 5:46 here Central Time. 5:45. Some people are still sleeping. Some people are waking up. Let me post in the chat. You're welcome to jump on, but if not, that's fine. Like I said earlier, guys, I'm a person who seeks knowledge. I want to know things. I'm a searcher of secrets. There are a lot of secrets out there that leads people to hell, that leads people to madness, chaos. But I was blessed enough by the Most High to receive a fellow brother in this truth, teaching the people about the Most High, Brother Mikael Massa. I'm sure you see some of my videos where I was live with him. I was on a panel with him while he was teaching. He's teaching us the ancient craft of the Levites. He's teaching us the knowledge of the 4 elements, how to control them, and how to call on the ancestors, whom people, whom in the Catholic religion, they call them saints. Those are the ancestors who've made it, right? Remember in the Bible, whom you call Christ, called on Elijah and Moses, right? But both of them were dead, right? They were dead, right? You go in the Old Testament, it says, what does the Creator say? It says, my servant Moses is dead. You go to Elijah, it says what? Elijah was taken up into heaven, but Moses died. So how did they show up with Christ, where John, Peter, and 2 other disciples saw them, and they recognized who they were, and they start talking to them? And when they left, what did Christ say? He says, tell no man what you saw here. Keep it a secret. And that secret, I'm learning it right now. And I'm telling you, Brother Massa gave a community like a commercial telling people, hey, here's the knowledge of the Most High. Learn how to pray, how to truly pray, how to be in the presence of the Most High, just like all the prophets in the Bible did it, just like Christ did it, the disciples. Learn it. I taught thousands of people who listens to him, who are subscribed to his channel, who subscribed to that class. Less than 30 people showed up. Less than 30 people showed up to learn how to call on the angels, how to call on the Most High, how to call on the ancestors who made it, the righteous one, how they made it, and how they can help you, answer your prayers, guide you, fight for you, defend your honor, defend your family in a spiritual realm. Only a few showed up. How amazing, guys. It's so amazing that not a lot of people showed up to learn. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Yeah, of course, the brother has an accent. English is not his first language. But come on. You don't want to learn how to call on the Most High, how to command nature? People watch movies, they say, this guy got superpower, he can command the animals, he can turn water to ice, he can bring fire from out of nowhere, call lightning like Thor. And you're given an opportunity to learn the knowledge beyond that's greater. You're like, it's all mumbo jumbo. I don't want to. It's amazing. Amazing. Nobody wants to learn the truth. And Masa, he said in the video, he said, after all this, I'm shutting it up. Meaning, if you want to know this, you're going to have to pay big to teach you. Because this is one thing I learned. And this is the reality. This is the psychology that sorry, I got caught up. I received a phone call, so that's why I got disconnected. Yeah, as I was saying, the brother say because the people didn't answer, I'm gonna shut this knowledge up, and people now will have to pay big. And as I was saying earlier, this is the psychology that the world has played on mankind. Have you guys realized that something that's free, nobody values it, but if you pay money for it, it's valuable? Just like education, right? I would say, I'm like, if you think about it, they don't teach us anything in school. Most of the time, you learn by doing your own studies and reading a book. But you want to know what makes your degree, your diploma valuable? It's the money you pay. Because you pay so much money, you're going even in debt. That's why that knowledge, your degree is valuable. Why? Because you spend time. Time is money. And you spend money, your hard-earned money, or your debt money, to receive that degree. That's why you value your degree. But if it's given to you for free, you will never value it. It makes much sense now. That's why some people, right? They charge knowledge. They charge. That's why you have to pay money to be a Freemason. It's not free. You think you're gonna be a Mason being a broke guy, being poor, being homeless? No, you gotta cough some money. You gotta cough up some money. You gotta bring some money out from your belly. You gotta pay. You gotta pay big bucks to receive the quote unquote forbidden knowledge. Yeah, I've shared it on my wall, on my sorry, not wall, on my community tab about the class. I'm like, hey, the brother's gonna teach because the knowledge is teaching. I'm like, man, I would love for the people to know, especially our people, because it's supposed to be theirs. But see, they don't want it. They don't want it because the Most High's way requires work. To do that job, you have to help the people, right? To be a priest is supposed to help. But guess what? Most people prefer to be a pastor. Why? Because to be a pastor today is what? The sheep feeding you, and some of you feeding the sheep. You becoming rich, and the rest becoming poor. But the Most High's priest, yeah, he can have business, he can make money. But when it comes to his people, the sheep, he's supposed to feed them. He's supposed to sacrifice everything for them. Huh? That's why Isaiah, before, when he was talking to Peter, he said, Peter, if you love me, feed my sheep. If you love me, feed my sheep. But most people, They don't love. There's no love in the people. So of course, they will never take the mantle of doing the Most High's work. And that's why I've been blessed to take upon it, because it's always been in my heart to learn these secrets. Mhm. And it's so, it's so beautiful. I'm gonna take the last part of my live stream to kind of tell you about the class. Some of the things I'm learning, right? Because me from the Congo, I've witnessed it from the elders, because I come from a family of royalty, right? I know people be like, "We was king," they'll make a joke, but no, this is not a joke. I come from a family of royalty, of people who are valuable, right? And I've witnessed when it comes to certain ceremonies, whether it's funerals, certain traditional ceremonies, where people will perform some of the things that we're learning, but people in Christianity, they'll look at it, or our people, they'll reject their culture. They'll call it witchcraft. They call it dirty. They'll be like, oh, man, that's witchcraft, right? But those are the ways of our ancestors. This is what they did. This is how they were able to communicate to the angels, the Most High, get into the heavenly temples, to the seventh heaven, opening portals, huh? That you see, but they don't have to. What we're learning, there is no killing, nothing, because they don't like blood. But on the dark side, you have to spill blood, and that's not what we're learning. It's like, some things I'm learning about. It's like it's starting to. I'm like, oh, it makes so much sense. I'm like, now I understand why it's called this. Now I understand why our elders did that. It made so much sense. Like, it's like, wow, my God, it's like, oh, and you know what? That's why they always say, if you are chosen, you will understand the mysteries. If you are not, it's gonna be complicated. So someone who's not called, even if you were to sit in that class, he's gonna be, man, it doesn't make sense. Why do I have to do that? Why? Like, he will not get it. But because I came from a culture that practice all those things that I'm learning, so a little bit, just not the complete thing. It's making so much sense. But I'm telling you, I can express the joy of me learning this knowledge. You guys don't understand. The knowledge I'm learning is more valuable than all money in the world. Because from this money, you can get all the money in the world. That's the difference. You can have all the money in the world, but guess what? If you're sick, what's the use? Huh? You can have everything you want, but if you're handicapped, what's the use? If you're insane, your mind is not in the right place, you've gone mad, what's the use? The knowledge to communicate with the power of all power, that's true knowledge. That's true power. Huh? Think about this. To have the key, right? The access code to heaven, to communicate with the Most High and the angels and the ancestors that passed. Isn't that what everyone should want? But no, nobody cares. And guess what? I'm learning that. It's, I'm sitting here in my heart, I have, I'm like, man, I would. But you know what? I understand when Master say, this is not for everyone. It's not for everyone. Guard it with your life. Teach it to who deserves it. Don't give it to everybody. It's surreal. And you know what? It's I almost choked up. It's so simple. It's like a simple knowledge. But you know what? I understand why. Let me drink some water. I understand why all these pastors, imams, politicians, all of them, they're seeking this knowledge that the Levites had, and they can't have it. Why? Because their soul is tainted. They can't receive it. They can't receive it. Why? Because they are really sold out to the devil. They've soiled themselves, and they don't want to repent. See, with this knowledge comes repentance. You can't be evil doing this. You can't. And I understand why when Master he said this knowledge is not for everyone. Even though the Most High, He will want for everybody to know this. Like the Bible says want every man to come to the knowledge of the Most High. But it's not given for everyone. Why? Because the 98% of mankind loves evil. They hate good. Because with this knowledge comes helping the weak, saving, working. They don't want to work for God. They don't want to work for the Most High. They don't want to work. They don't want to work. Oh, shout out to Imperator. Peace. Let's see. The class is actually happening right now. The first day of the class was last week. And you can always email him and contact him and talk to him, because he's available to communicate with anyone. And it's up to him to basically bring you to the class since he already started. But I'm basically promoting it because this is the knowledge that those who really want to communicate with the Most High, those who are, whom you call God, the true power, right? The church, they never listen to me. Emperor, what I'll do is I'll share his information on my community tab after I finish the live stream, so that way you can get in touch with him, and I'll even put the email on the comment. So don't worry, I got you. But since you're here and listening, listen to these guys. How they taught us to pray. Well, it's not. They never taught us how to pray. That's why you notice some of our prayers are never answered, or it takes forever. The Most High, He has mercy on us. He knows that we don't know how to call Him. So if you ever receive something from God that you pray, it took you a while to receive it, it's because the Most High had mercy on you. He had mercy on us. Even I'll use an example. Some of the things I pray, it took years to get it. And when I had it, I'm like, you know what? I endure. It took forever. But you know why it took forever? Because they never taught us how to pray. It was kept a secret. The knowledge of the Levites. With this knowledge, you will have your answer immediately. It will not take months or forever. Yes, there are certain things that has to go according to the Most High plans. But things that belong to you, right? Like your blessings, the blessings of your ancestors. Huh? If you know how to pray like the Levites knew, like our ancestors knew, the chosen, you can get your blessings with the snap of the finger. Each one of us have some blessings that you're based on something good that your ancestors did, right? Because whenever you do good in life, you're collecting blessings. Even if you die, your children or your descendants will have access to it. Reward, That's why the Bible talks about blessings upon the fourth generations and cursings upon the fourth generations. So blessings and cursings are like reserves, or like what do you call them? Oil in the ground, waiting to be digged up, right? So when you do good, you're collecting, you're adding. If you do evil, you're taking away. So that's why you have to do good, even in the faces of evil. Always do good. So this is another thing he taught us, right? What I'll do is I'll start uploading some of his videos too. He taught us, right? According to scriptures, each one of us have blessings that our ancestors from generations to generations have stored for us based on their works. Some of us have 30% blessings. Some of us have 60%. Some of us have 100%. Some have 200%. Some have 5%. Now, the thing is, if you don't know how to access it, you will never reach it. And you have in certain families, those who know the secrets, they will keep it for themselves. That's what you will see in some families. You have 5, 6 people who are super poor, and you have one of them who's super rich. And you know what? Most of the time, what happens? That one that's rich never helps his brother, the other ones. He keeps it for himself and for his family so that he can always be above his other brothers and sisters. Think about it. But if you are of the Most High righteous, if you open the blessings, you're supposed to share it. You know why? Because when you bless others, guess what happens? You start adding for your account so that your descendants, when they will access it, will receive the blessings also. It's like a chain of event, like a domino effect. If you store blessings, your descendants will access it. They will call, once you pass away and you become an ancestor, when they will call on you, when you're over there in the seventh heaven, you'll be able to be like, hey, my son, the Most High stored your treasures. Here you go. I'm loosening it up for you. This is what we learned. And they've taught us, they've taught us that having access to your treasures is very important. And this knowledge, religion has never taught us. And if they know even a fraction of this knowledge, it's only reserved to a selected few at the top. The rest of the people are dumb. They don't know nothing. Nothing. They keep it. They keep it to themselves. They keep it to themselves. So I'm very excited about this class. Next weekend, because the class is every Sunday. Next weekend we're gonna learn more. We're gonna do the practical things when it comes to the practices of the ancestors. And like I'm telling you, I'll post the information about the class. Those who are interested, they can reach out to the brother. I don't know if he's gonna allow people to come in after the registration, because he was basically saying he's trying to get people to sign up before the class begins. But anything after that, he says he's gonna seal it, and he's gonna only allow a few to basically have access to the knowledge, because he's like, man, he's like, man, people don't want knowledge. People don't care. He has thousands of subscribers, and not even 100 sign up for the class. It just goes to show you that nobody wants this knowledge, and it's the purest knowledge ever. Like, again, I'll tell you, this is the knowledge who people call Jesus Christ knew, Elijah knew, Moses, the prophet who did all these great miracles, he knew this. Abraham knew this. Enoch, Noah, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Elijah, Elisha, David, Nathan, Solomon. People talk about the Star of Solomon. Like, Solomon was a very wise man. Daniel, all the knowledge they knew, we're learning about it. And this knowledge is usually kept by like chiefs, like high priests in Congo culture. This is what they kept. And oh man, it's like I'm so excited about this class, but I can't really say much beyond what I'm allowed to say. When you take this class, you're gonna be like, man, now we see why the world is in ignorance, total ignorance. I was brought up as a Christian, yeah, before my eyes were open. They taught us how to pray in the name of Jesus and all that stuff. Brothers and sisters, the churches never taught us to pray. Basically, we're like children just experimenting or moving to and fro, seeking the Most High and not finding the path. That's how religion has taught us. They never taught us how to call on Him. We've been calling on all the deities. So when the Bible says, my people, they're calling on the name of Baal, they're not calling on me. The Most High wasn't lying. And in this class, how should I put this? For over 30 years of my life, I thought I knew how to call on the Most High. I never knew. There are words you must say. There are speeches. It's like you have to knock. Huh? Just like if you go see in someone's house. You don't just open the door or try to break in. The way I see how Christianity taught us to break into the house of the Most High, like try to come in as a thief. No! You have to knock, and they have to be like, who's at the door? Huh? Who's at the door? And you have to be like, hey, I'm this and this. Who? I don't know you. That's why the Most High, Christ gave the parable of the 10 virgins. For those of you who read the Bible, you know that what happened. It says what? Those who kept their light when the bridegroom came, he let them in and shut the door. And when the unwise virgins came in the dark, they start, hey, let us see. It says, who are you? I can't let you in. I don't know you. Exactly. The Most High has to know who's knocking at the door. And listen to this. Are you ready? The person who's going to let the Most High know who you are so you can be let into the door, the gates, your bloodline, your ancestor. That's the knowledge. That's the secret we were never taught. See, in Catholic, they knew some of those things, but they do it on the other side. You know, when they tell you, oh, pray to these saints. Yeah, all they're doing is they're just mimicking what our ancestors knew. That's why King Leopold, when he came to Congo, he was telling the priest before he sends them as missionaries. He says, you see these people you're about to go and quote unquote evangelize. They don't need to learn about God. I'm using that. He says they already know God. They know God. They call him Nzambe, Tatanzambi, Nzapa, Nzakomba. He says, but you go there and teach them according to our ways. Teach the Bible our way on how we know things. And make sure the children do not learn ever from the elders, but learn from you. Teach them to call you fathers or father and not call their fathers. To treat their parents like dirt. And what did the Most High say? It says what? Honor thy father and mother. And because the evangelists came and taught our fathers, right, the generation that came before us, taught them to quote unquote dishonor their fathers so they will not learn the secrets. Guess what they've done? They curse the children. That's why we're walking, not only in Africa, but all over the earth without the knowledge of the ancestors. They knew how to call on the Most High. They knew how to stop the wind to destroy them. They knew how to stop flood from flooding the village. They knew how to stop the earth from destroying the crop. They knew all of that knowledge, but it disappeared. Why? Because the children were taught to disrespect, to dishonor their parents. And that's why it was lost. Just like it was done in slavery all over the earth to wherever God's people were taken, it was done the same thing in the continent. And that knowledge, I'm learning it right now. And I'm telling you, it is the greatest knowledge I've ever received since I was born. It's amazing and so profound. And I am just thankful that the Most High has allowed me to receive this knowledge. And I wish more people would have known this, even within my own family. But you know what? What does it say? It says a prophet is not accepted from his own. Even myself, I had to be like, if I tell them, they're gonna call me crazy. They're like, oh, what are you doing? Yeah. See, that's the reality of the world. Nobody wants to receive knowledge. Nobody. So, like I said, I will post the information about the class of the 4 elements and the ancestors. So those who want to learn how to pray to the Father, how to connect to the ancestors, the angels, the seraphim, all of them, to call on them to help you with your problems, to help you heal yourself, your family, and those you care, to fight for God's people, to fight spiritually. I will make sure to post that information so you can reach out to Brother Mikael Massa. He's been doing this for over 10 years. And yeah, the people rejected his knowledge for so long. So it will be interesting. So I leave you guys because I know streams like this, I always leave the good stuff at the end because I know not many people are going to watch this all the way to the end. So those of you who are hearing this right now, you get the precious things. Yeah, you get the precious things because you're right here at the last minute. So again, I'll post the information regarding the School of the 4 Elements. I don't know if Brother Massa he's gonna allow people to join, but what I'll do is I will let him know that I have some people who are interested in. So when you email, mention and be like, hey, I was referenced to you by Brother Fasting His Life, this and that and that. Maybe maybe if he sees you very sincere that you really want to know the knowledge of the truth, then he will let you in. But that's not up to me. That's up to him. He has he's the teacher. He's anointed with the knowledge. The Most High chose him to teach us. So he's gonna be the final say. But like I say, you have to show you want this knowledge and you want to take this knowledge to help God's people, better yourself, and be a light to the world. And it's not something you take and be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna keep. No, you have to work, or it can be taken away from you. With great power comes great responsibility. You have to apply, or you have to practice this knowledge. So I really appreciate you guys. This was just a little live stream to tell you guys what's going on. I know it's been a while and I'm on the road, so maybe my audio may not be great as I want, but hopefully, the Most High willing, when I do have time, I'll make like a nice video with my mic and everything, so we can have more conversation and I can tell you guys more about what I'm learning. But I'm not going to reveal the practices, but what I'll do is I'll tell you the great benefits of this knowledge and give you like scriptures and stuff like that. And, basically tell people, because I know people who are subscribing to my channel, some of you are here because of the conspiracy stuff, and by a lot of you are here because of the Bible, because you appreciate the Bible, the Most High, and you want to know the truth. And we're now in the last days, and the Most High needs spiritual warriors, people who will fight for his people who will connect to him. Because I'll tell you, here's something. Before I go, I'll tell you. For those of you who know Dragon Ball Z, right? Dragon Ball Z, you've seen. You know one of the technique called instant transmission, right? Where you're in one place, you disappear and you teleport. Huh? Guess what? Those are spiritual powers. And the Bible talks about it. It will be made available. But guess what? Only the chosen will have that power. Don't you want to be part of that? Yeah, I know it sounds very fictional and sound goofy. You'd be like, oh, here we go. Here we go with that Bible and that fictional stuff. Like I say, the Most High is not somebody to be messed with. He's truth. So that is something, because according to his will, you could be in a place where there is danger, and an angel come and teleports, take you from the place of danger to another. That's power. But the people will have to be connected with the heaven. There is a way to connect to the Most High. And I'm learning about it right now. And I'm telling you, it is the first class already. It is the greatest class session I've ever had in my life. Even way greater when I find out the truth that, that the land that I come from is the chosen place. They lied to us. Palestine is the chosen place, but it's not. I was born in it. I speak the language. Lingala. Nalubanga langi nango. Malubanga. I speak the language. So it's an amazing class. So I'll share the information, and like I say, I'm not gonna force you. If you want it, you're gonna have to contact the teacher. And trust me, those who will be accepted and take that class, you're gonna be like, fasting, you were right. You're gonna be blown away with the knowledge. You're gonna, how should I put this? There are according to their statistic, they say there's 7 billion people on Earth, right? Check this out. You learning this, you're gonna be among the few, not even 1% of the population, maybe 0.001% of the world population, who will know how to call on the creator of the heavens, of the earth, and the ancestors, the righteous one. And with this knowledge, you can never call or connect to evil spirits, because all the rituals you're gonna learn are all priesthood righteous rituals. But guess what? If you go to the dark side, if you go to Freemasonry, if you go to Satanism, they will teach you the dark arts. Where, like, if you go back to the beginning, I gave you the example, sex, or as they call it, sex ritual, the sexual ritual, was it sex magic? Yeah, all those stuff. Those are what you're required to do in the other side. But what we're learning is the pure Levite way of calling on the Most High Father, the angels, and the ancestors, in what they call in Kikongo language, Pemba Kalunga, which is the heavenly the seventh heavens. All the heavens are connected, and you're calling on them. That's what we're learning right now. And I'm so excited about this knowledge. You cannot imagine. And I'm, this is like a promotional thing for it. But I know once I start practicing this knowledge, once I start helping the people out there, the people will know that there is a God, as the word calls him. There is a Most High who answers prayers, who heals the sick, who opens the eyes of the blind, who opens the ears of the deaf, who performs all kinds of miracles, who opens your understanding, who shows you the path that will lead you to safety. He is alive, and he's always there. It's just that we people, mankind, we ignore him, we reject him, we don't like him. So you will have access to that knowledge if you take that class. And you will not be disappointed. Yes, you're going to pay a little bit, but watch this. Your little crumb of money paying with the knowledge you're going to receive cannot be compared. Because, like I say, you go in depth for a knowledge that you could learn on your own for a few $100, but you're paying thousands, over 50,000, over 40,000 just to get a little paper that says you graduated. Hey, go out there and be somebody. When you're like, wait, I learned everything on my own. This guy didn't teach me nothing. But I had to pay him to teach me by not teaching me anything. You know? That's the irony about this world, man. Once you know, you know. So shout out to all my listeners, those who participated here. Thank you very much for joining me. And I hope the information I shared you will be useful. And stay tuned for more. I'm about to eject out of here. And I'll make sure, shout out to Imperator. I'm going to post the link to the brother so you can contact him about the class of the 4 elements. And guys, remember, do not believe the lies of Satan, of his children, and his agents. Seek the Most High. Read your Bible. The answers are there. You know, get connected with like-minded people. Prepare. And if interested, learn the ways of the Most High. Learn how to connect to your Creator, who wants you to be saved, who wants you to connect with him so you can be aware of what's happening and be saved. So, peace. Have a great morning, and I'll see you guys on the next stream. I'm out.